say that it feels right.
Our first Don't Fear the Reaper run of 2.3 with the character that we've built. There may be some optimizations that could happen later if we so desire. But for now, we are going to hop in and go with what we've built, right? The only real optimizations I can think of is basically adding one more cyberware item. So basically what we could do is we could drop the handle wrap, right? Drop like kinetic frame or spring joints wouldn't really matter, but in this case we'd probably drop the kinetic frame, right? Put in bionic joints, which is a lower cost, right? And it's just armor for its attunement, right? But that would, and then get obviously, you know, the 6% melee on it, and then that would give us space to put heal on kill here, which gives us the heal on kill function, which is good, but also gives us another place to put melee damage on, and potentially electrical too, and then swap the handle wrap here for the remaining, which would be 4 points, I believe, which would put us, which we would then get melee damage on that, right? And that would fill out and give us the 1 extra slot with the extra 7. So if you see that has changed, right? If I do a world record run, or if I catch a close to, you know, like a 10-second kill and that has changed, don't be surprised, right? It just means that we likely favored the extra optimization there, since we don't need the crit from this attunement. The mitigation chances conditional, right? Making it less valuable per se than it could be. Adding in armor, which is good, right, and helps us push this stat up, right, and be a little bit more tankier, along with heal on kill, which will inevitably make us feel a lot tankier as our health bounces back up. So that very well could be a route we go, but in order to do that, we would have to grind out some more components, which I wouldn't put any of you through. So we're gonna go like this because I think we're powerful enough, right, without hitting that 120 mark. We're hitting, you know, 113 solid, and I explained, you know, how some of the electrical stuff bridges that gap. And now we are going to track our meet Hanako at Ebers, make us a big boy save when we get there. Why didn't I? And we're gonna start our Don't Fear the Reaper run. Now, remember, this is a level 60 version of the Don't Fear the Reaper, right? So it's the hardest ending with max level, so the enemies will be as hard as they could ever be. And, yeah, reach the point of no return. Alright, we're going to save game right here. It says Nocturne Op 55N1. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze and nearly blew your ears out. Would have had to edit that. And we want this to be our camo. And we go from here. Now this is point of no return, so I believe it all goes to here. I think we can still make some like quick save functions.
God, I feel sick. Don't like this at all.
But
this porcelain bitch is the worst kind of news.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be careful. Not exactly one of your strong suits.
Yours either, Johnny.
First sign of trouble, be Delta.
All right.
She emptied the place.
Of course. Before we discuss details, I feel I owe you. Weren't sure of anything.
I knew.
You...
All the board members knew. Not one soul even slightly interested in...
Why didn't you do anything about it?
My father had flaws. I know this. I harbor no illusions about it. A way of being Yorinobu could not abide. But to my father, ends ever justified means. Saburo Arasaka has always valued just one thing.
Family.
ties that bind.
Yes, family.
Yep.
I was to be its heart, to uphold life, ensure continuity, stability, never to oppose it.
Huh. Guess Yorinobu's instructions were a little different.
Yorinobu raised his hand against our father, but he is an Arasaka. I do not expect you to understand. I wish you merely to...
Well, you still haven't said why you changed your
We
mind.
received a warning during the parade. Security protocol. They grew yet greater in your hideout when my brother's assault group arrived not to rescue, but to kill.
Yorinobu was just plain willing to sacrifice you.
My father was right about my brother. He never cared for us. I was brought up to be the heart of... It will... Did you bring Soul Killer?
Finger on the trigger. Don't...
Take me for a fool. Think I'd fall for that?
Had I any ill intentions, I would have chosen a side far more discreet than this. We are here because I can lead you to Mikoshi.
Meaning? Mikoshi
Yet its access points do, and one is very near.
Where?
Here in Night City.
We ought to leave. Right now. What gave...
Quit butting in, so...
This is gonna be a disaster.
Sit.
And what do I gotta
And
do?
you'll help me in exchange...
My brother.
You catch a whiff of that? Smells like shit. Careful not to step in it.
He must be made to take responsibility for his deeds.
Isn't that your responsibility?
Sounds like dirty laundry. A family matter. Why should I get involved?
You already are. You willed it so.
How you plan to do this?
Yorinobu,
花子様、そろそろご自宅にお戻りいただいて。
すぐに済むわ。Yorinobu will soon call a meeting of the board. Representatives of all factions are expected to attend. The perfect moment for them to learn the circumstances of my father's death. I will get you into this meeting, and you will testify against my brother.
Testify. Listen, mind if I'm straight with you?
Help me get rid of Yorinobu. I will.
Offers intriguing.
Natural. Yorinobu is on high alert after the parade. He may harbor suspicions.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yes, we are, Johnny.
Yeah.
It seems. Don't delay. Make your decision.
Yeah, we'll see.
You could use some air, right?
I'm going. Yoink. Yoink. Yoink.
I warned you.
What are you doing?
Shit, you could be hours from it now, V. And you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Well, I'm good to go. Body listens to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I
See
know.
what I'm getting at?
You want to be in the
Of course
driver's
I can
seat?
see. You want me to hand over the keys?
I want to save your life. Pop some pseudo-endotrizine. Scooch and let me get behind the wheel. I'll get us to fucking
Yeah? How exactly?
without that porcelain cunt.
Don't stand it.
Right about that. But that's why I'll bring Rogue. She's not rusted through,
Maybe she'd have stuck her neck out for you, half as...
I'll convince her. After all, we know a thing or two. We'll blast our way into Socket Tower, just like we did back in the day. It's our only chance.
Rogue.
With her experience, her resources, her connections. Won't find anyone better in NC.
Johnny.
It's gotta work. We breach the tower. Alt cracks open Makoshi. Then I fuck up that. Great, you checking out again?
I love Johnny.
What? Am I?
No, it's not what you think. Not yet, anyway.
Easy there. Don't move just yet.
Vic?
You're in pain, I know. Delirious when you arrived, so I had to dose you with beta-hal. But light oversensitivity's a good sign. Means your optic nerves aren't damaged.
How'd I get here?
How'd I get here?
Dragged yourself here, beat to hell and back. Gave Misty a hell of a fright. Then you shoved my patient at the time off the table and demanded you be treated immediately.
That'd be Johnny.
Was your guardian angel.
I, wasn't completely myself.
I know. And that's a bit worrying.
What's the diagnosis, Vic?
Give it to me straight.
You've come to try.
I'll try. Another victory. Well, but I can tell.
You have good news.
How much longer is this going?
You tell me.
Looking at you, not long at all. Next attack, you won't be able to crawl back here. This is your last chance to take...
Yeah.
Jesus. It's in your hands, not mine, and not those of that...
Uh-huh.
You'll find something there that'll help you end this on your... If you can manage to cross those few yards, the rest will be up to you, and you alone.
Thanks, Vic.
You heard him. We've got one last chance. Endotron. Only way this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Enough. Need to stretch your noodle? Fine.
Just not,
It's not in this basement.
V, Christ, you're talking out loud.
Out loud.
Just go.
Think I can do it.
Whatever you decide. Let's make sure to get out.
Yeah. Thanks for everything,
Thank you,
buddy.
no.
Only... Go on now. Take the meds.
Thanks, Vic. I will.
Good luck.
Hey, V,
Shouldn't have had to.
no need to be. I know it's... And I know it won't be easy. For either. If you don't want to decide here,
Let's go then. Let's go to the rooftop.
What's he got to do with any of this?
you'll see. Come on.
I know where we're going. We're going to this elevator right here.
Top floor. He had the same glum face.
Who, Jack?
This is it, Chica. I'm done for.
Doesn't sound like the Jackie I knew.
That was a long time ago. His mom had just found out he'd signed up with the Valentinos. Trust me. Senora Wells on one shoulder, your gang Chumbas on the other. No choice can ever seem right.
Mm-hmm.
Life wasn't easy for my Jackie, but he found the courage to bet on himself. After I brought him here.
Ah, that's more like it. Air.
See that? I come here when I need.
Be alone in my thoughts. Near on unachievable these days. So what did Jackie...
Oh, gonna be a legend. And I'm gonna leave you alone now. Take your time.
Awesome, thanks. And now we wait.
Worst case...
No. But whatever. Come a long way to. Just think. It all started in a fucking landfill.
Mm-hmm.
See exactly what I mean? You can or you can try Pan Am and her tarmac rats. But then or you take Arasaka's deal, but then you'll have your own soul on your conscience.
Got our consumables ready. The food overwrites each other, so we would take the dolphin jerky for the increased damage taken, and the black lace for the reduced health with the increased crit and crit damage and stuff like that, and percentage increased damage. So those would be good. We have 6 black lace and I think like 12 jerky, so we can technically take one before the run, and then one before the boss if the run takes that long. In theory, if we've done it, or if we do it right, it shouldn't take more than about 5 to 6 minutes. The run that I did on this build, right, with the lesser stats in 2.1 was like 5 minutes 45 seconds. Now granted, he had 300 more armor, so if we get just insta-gibbed somewhere, that could be a problem. But 5:45 is pretty solid. And that did not have the 10-second smasher kill. Right, the 10-second smasher kill was a practiced kill where I basically was sort of like set on trying to catch the smart gun kill that I'd seen, which was like 45 seconds, and then out of sheer dumb luck, one of the things crit and managed to skip a phase, an invulnerability phase, and that allowed me to drop right into the 20-second range, and then there was a random time where he popped, right, and it was a process to sort of like methodically try to recreate that until we got it right, and that was how the 10-second smasher came about, and I think all in all that was like 2 or 3 hours of resetting that fight, right, doing it over again, right, and that's sort of like start to finish from like 45 seconds to where I was technically probably doing it in about a minute, right, when we first started, to about 10 seconds at the end. So I think 5:45 is pretty doable.
Good news is you got this one Chum who's already dead. And he'd be honored to join you on a wild suicide run.
Yeah, Johnny.
You in Arasaka Tower. Kinda sounds like a Eurodyne lyric, I know, but trust me, we'll go fucking Nova.
Let's hear this plan.
What would it entail, exactly?
Plan? Well, Might be how Rogue operates. I say you grab the hottest iron you can find, stride in the tower's front door, and cut your own path down to the lower levels. If Mikoshi's deep underground like Hanako claims it is, you'll just have to find the elevator.
Means going out with a bang.
Rather fall into my grave, gun in hand and on fire, and not drag anyone down with me.
Huh. You just discovered what it takes to become a legend. Grab your iron. Let's mobilize.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Arasaka Tower.
Alright. Now we are looking at, I think, pardon me while I open this. There we go. Now we should have a timer down at the bottom, and we're ready to go.
Time to party like it's 2023.
And
Are not allowed on
time.
premises. We wish you a pleasant day.
Enemy contact! I'm engaging!
Before the first tower went up in smoke, labs were
yep,
underground.
we gotta
Elevators what we
kill
want.
these guys apparently.
You're dead!
Oh, did I go there? I needed to go here, not there.
Needs an access token. Need to find a guard with some chops.
Oh yeah, we gotta get these guys.
He'll have our access token.
Why the hell?
Got it.
Well,
Hold your fire!
starting to think this plan wasn't batshit crazy after all.
Come out! Hands where I can see them!
What? Come on already.
Alright.
Net run operations control. Sounds like a good place to run a mega facility from.
We plug in your output there. See how she settles in.
I'd expect a very warm welcome down below if I were you.
Good. If we're going out, it better be with fucking fireworks.
Gonna be an ambush, no doubt. Just focus. You're better than them. Motherfuckers got no love for foreplay. Brace yourself.
Go, go, go! Careful! Target has corpse! Somebody pop a bullet in his head! He's wounded! What the fucking blast him! Heads down! Keep it together! Back up! Where does that fucking back
Oh,
up?
there you are.
Hey, over here.
There we go.
Ain't no expert, but sure looks like the tower's mainframe.
Guess we just see what
Okay.
Heads up.
I surrender! No, please! Give up! No. Fire! Hello? Where are you?
Is it coming up yet? No?
I've got this. Close contact! Just give up, damn it!
All right. Not exactly seeing any slots.
Mainframe's under the floor, most likely.
Oh, did I
Need
need
find
to...
a way to eject it.
Nah, like a goddamn adventure game.
Oh, I needed to do that. Then I can sit here. Is it coming up yet? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still working on it. Okay, there we go.
Films as advertised.
Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Security system overrun. I am in control. Section personnel neutralized. The path to Mikoshi lies open.
Come on, let's go.
There we go.
Arasaka netrunners have stormed the
Can we go this way?
systems.
Come on. Let me in.
Your advance is my priority. Continue on your way alone.
Yep, come here.
The path, but you must hurry. An elite security unit is following you.
Alt!
It's not bad for a very first run.
What's with the door?
Alright, so now you go to a backpack, go to consumables. We're gonna eat this and this.
Strain yourself now.
Should give us like 5 minutes to do this fight. We're gonna have low health and stuff like that, but that's fine. There you are, big boy. Now we berserk.
Come here. Where is Rogue? Wanted no part of this radio cut.
I have no idea what his health is.
Johnny Silver
There it is.
sends his regards.
Are you fucking with me now?
Hurry to Mikoshi before they launch another attack.
So it's like 6 minutes, give or take. Yeah. 6.5. It was a little slow on the like when the run ended, right? But it is what it is. That's not terrible right off the bat, right? We had some learning to do on the skips again, and like which enemies have to be killed first, right? And then we can go that way. We won't finish the ending. By all means, go ahead and do that on your own if you prefer, right? And now I'm gonna do some practice of this, right? I can start basically from the lobby and whatnot. So I will leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Blunt weapons are completely viable through the whole game, right? I know that they're, you know, sort of universally agreed upon as being like the weakest, but, you know, like in this playthrough whole thing, we did a full, like, blunt weapon from start to finish. And, you know, like once we got Konpeki Plaza finished, right, we threw on some Gorilla Fist and we punched our way through. So we also had ourselves at sort of a nerfed version where we weren't able to, we didn't upgrade to melee damage until all the way at the end game, right? We weren't crafting all the way through, we were just replacing. So that could be better or worse depending on your seed for your Ripper Docs. But in the end, we got to you know a much better power level, and you know we first tried Don't Fear the Reaper in 6.5 minutes. So hope this helps you guys, and I will probably do some more builds. I'll probably recreate a blade build or whatnot once I get this down, right, and to a level that I feel good about. If I can recreate the 10-second smasher kill, I will post that video as well. So be on the lookout, and I hope to see you in some other playthroughs. Hey guys, it's Future Me, and I just wanted to let you know that we did manage to get our Don't Fear the Reaper run down to a much more, much faster time frame. However, it did also, we went back to kind of like I had mentioned on the crafting video, that we might adjust some of the cyberware and what slots, right, to increase the number of slots that could roll the melee damage, along with sort of like optimize some things. So I figured I would go over that now and just sort of like go through that with you guys. So if you notice from the first one, right, so like I'll just go over the pieces that we replaced, and the reasons why, specifically for the speed run, right? So we replaced our kinetic frame with bionic joints. The reason for this was so that we could have more cyberware capacity, right? We wanted to get heal on kill. You could you might be able to do stam on kill here, but I mean, we were really tight, right, like on here. But moving to bionic joints freed up from, I think it's like 13 cyberware to 6 cyberware, freed up a bunch of cyberware slot. I thought about going Adreno trigger, but we managed to leave it at adrenaline converter in order to replace our revulsor, right? Now what this does is it means that we weren't able to have the handle wrap anymore, so we dropped the handle wrap, gained the heal on kill, right? So as long as the melee damage on both mods was similar or the same, I think we actually got an increase. We went from 5.3 to 5.9 on this roll. So we didn't go up necessarily in overall cyberware, but we did gain that heal on kill effect, right? It's only 7.5%, but it is a chunk when you are blasting enemies apart, right? And it helps for like the health that you come out of Zerker, so that maybe sometimes you aren't insta-gibbed right when you come out of Zerker, right? You'll be at a higher health pool. So that sort of helps, and was a nice thing for us to toss in here. But more importantly was for the speed run. Now I wouldn't typically run it this way, right? So especially prior to the quantum tuner, you can't really, and the axolotl, right? Maybe if you get an axolotl early, right, you could do a chaining of berserk, right, without the optical camo in there, right, and just let optical camo is more about quantum tuner. You could just let axolotl sort of like let you chain your berserk, right? But in that scenario, if you're sort of built like this is much more glass cannon-y. We did go up in armor, but only because of the bionic joints, and we lost mitigation. I think chance, right? So we lost some of our bigger versions of mitigation. So this is sort of glass cannon, and in doing so, right, I would typically not choose to remove the revulsor, right? I like the revulsor. I like the time slowdown, right? Especially in normal gameplay, etc., etc. But it has two parts. One is that there is a bug, right? Where for whatever reason after it, I don't know how it starts, but sometimes you'll be going through, right? And then your revulsor will proc, and then the next thing you know, it just procs on cooldown, right? It's like every time you get into combat, it instantly procs. And that happens more often than not, especially in continuous combat or long, like short mini combats, like through Don't Fear the Reaper. It was happening all the time. And then in addition to that, you don't get to, unlike the Sandevistan, you don't get to turn it off. You can't exit out, right? And so what happens there is that if you're in a point during the run where, say, the elevator is going down, right, and it procs because you're still in combat with the guys up top, right, then the elevator transition slows. And so for that 4 seconds, right, it just slows down time by 60%. So you effectively lose like 3 seconds off of your run, right? And that goes off every every several times, right? And it slows your character down. Well, it doesn't. The Revulsor doesn't, right? But it slows the whole run down basically. So although it gives you added survivability, right? In that Don't Fear the Reaper run, we're basically just continuously running on the Berserk and letting Berserk hold us, and then when we're not Berserking, we go optical camo, right? Which is enabled because of the Quantum Tuner, right? So it's not really something you could, this isn't like a setup you could aim for, or that I would aim for, right? On a very hard difficulty, like run, etc. This isn't something I'd be like, okay, at level 20, right? I won't have the quantum tuner, right? I'll have a Newton module, and I'll get the regular visual cortex. Well, the regular visual cortex isn't going to give you this effect, so that's a zero sum. It doesn't help, right? The Newton module's not as good as the axolotl by any means, right? And without the quantum tuner, you can't double berserk, right? And so you can still do the berserk and the optical camo, which wouldn't be bad, right? But you're basically into this, like, I have this tiny window, right, with my berserk timing, right, where I can smack the heck out of things, right? And then when that's down, I'm using optical camo to disappear and go reset and wait for my cooldown to come back, right? And it's not coming back down that fast because Newton module is not as good as axolotl. So prior to having these two to loop, right, this ability, right, this isn't really something that I would pick up, right? Like in that early game, I'd probably stick with the reflex tuner, right? You could probably just aim for this anyway because this has nice armor throughout the game. This would probably be a Parabellum, right, earlier, right, so that you're tankier, even tankier as you go, right? And then eventually you switch to this, right? So if you're interested in trying your own speed runs or stuff like that and trying to or maybe you just enjoy a faster pace, you don't want the reflex tuner to go or revulsor to go off, and you want to just run around, smack things as a glass cannon berserker, by all means, do it, all right? Nothing's stopping you. But this is sort of what we did. We replaced the Revulsor for the deep field, and we replaced the kinetic frame with the bionic joints to enable that, right? And then we were able to add in the heal on kill to replace the handle wrap since we didn't have enough, or since we had enough space with the replacements of these two, right? That created extra space where we could put this one in as long as we dropped the handle wrap. And so that was sort of the adjustments that we made, and we were able to recreate the smasher kill. I think we got it down to 8. It's like 8.75 seconds. It's just under 9 seconds. It's like 8.5, right? And I think that's about as fast as you can possibly do it, at least with this setup. I don't know if it's better if you can beat that with others, right? But we might find that out. We got a really good Don't Fear the Reaper run. So if you're interested in those videos will be posted in the generic Cyberpunk 2077 stuff, rather than attached to this playthrough. And I hope you like them. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you try it yourself. But without further ado, and I won't hold you any longer. I hope you had enjoyed the playthrough, enjoyed the content. Let me know if there's type, a build, or something like that you want to see played, or something like that. Other games too. I play a pretty wide array of games. So just let me know what you think, and we will catch you next time.